kung hindi kayo familiar sa nangyayari sa League of Legends, kung nakapanood na yung League of Legends, sa competitive matches, guys, kailangan mo nang mag-draft. Wherein, yun nga, pipili tayo ng mga champions na lalaruin ng mga players when it comes to draft. But now, what can we expect, boys, Liyab and GH Alpha? Ano yung pwede nating abangan sa mga picks nila?
Well, looking at the bans muna dito, kasi syempre, before you're able to pick, you have to deny your opponents yung mga champions na pwede nilang gamitin. So, on the side of Liyab, they've banned out Tristana, Elise, and Karma. Meanwhile, for GH Alpha, they've banned out Olaf, Pike, and Poppy.
Yeah, well, dito tayo. Sa side ng Liyab, ang una nilang kinuha si Silas, which is one of those game changer dahil sa kanyang ultimate or fourth skill na kaya niyang kumuha ng ultimate naman ng kalaban. So, any moment, pwede siya mag-clutch play. And malaking bagay rin ng Silas sa jungle ngayon kasi kaya niyang i-sustain. The wave clear is really good. And all in all, talagang ready siya for team fighting.
Siyempre, and also yung Silas na yan, pwedeng i-flex mid, top, jungle.
Yes.
Super flex pick ito. And parang tool to ng Liyab to use the mind games on their opponents. Meanwhile, GH hindi naman magpapa-behind dito. They're picking up Irelia and possibly a Vladimir dito.
Vladimir is a really good pick. It has a very good sustain. Iba rin yung binibigay niya in terms of team fighting. Pwede siya maging frontline and dito rin manggagaling yung magic damage. Considering that you're going to put that Irelia on the mid lane, malaking bagay na meron ka na kagad na isang AD and then isang AP, which is a magic and a physical attack. But on the side of Liyab, they want that Renekton who received the major buff and Tom Kench, who's really into protection.
Yes, and this Tom Kench, we're still not sure what Liyab's planning. Yes, they're all flex except for Renekton. I think Renekton is definitely a top lane champion. So, ayan, lock na yung top lane nila. But Tom Kench, he could be support. And if Liyab is, if they're sufficiently crafty, they could flex this Tom Kench in the jungle if they've practiced it.
Yeah, knowing na yung Silas, pwede rin natin ilagay sa mid lane. So, talagang yung rotations ni Tom Kench, pwedeng mapakinabangan. And knowing na Liyab is one of those level, I'd rather say 6 minutes to 10 minutes dive, ito yung isa sa pinakamagandang tool para maprotektahan yung kanilang marksman at saka yung buong dive composition nila.
What I really like about Liyab this time is mukhang nagseseryoso na talaga sila.
Yes.
I'm not saying na hindi sila seryoso kahapon. It's just that kahapon they were experimenting. This time, nag-ban na sila ng mga winning picks from Alpha mismo. Tapos ngayon, talaga seryoso ni mga picks nila. Yes,
you know what I would say is that Liyab, hindi naman sa hindi sila seryoso because they always play a serious game. The thing is, yesterday, they were having a little bit of fun. You know, they were having parang nagpapa-warm up muna sila. They wanted to kind of maximize the time that they were on the competitive stage para maka-warm up talaga sila so that they can prepare for today.
That's also true.
Considering also na kung nagawa ng Liyab ma-run yung ganong kind of composition, it means na any teams can really do that as long as they are going to play at their the level, performance level itself. So,
what I noticed actually about Liyab, medyo ika-cut off ko lang ito, kasi parang when they do draft, yung mga experimental drafts na yun, ang talagang lumalabas sa kanila is yung fundamentals of League of Legends. Which, you know, their mastery of the fundamentals of League of Legends ay napakataas. That's why they are able to pull off those kinds of strategies. Now, Ezreal and Akali, the closing picks for Liyab, what can you say about this?
I actually love this composition by Liyab. They're gonna put Renekton in the top lane, Silas sa jungle, Akali in the mid lane, and Tom Kench, Ezreal bot. Now, as we all know, or if you guys didn't know, yung Ezreal, sobrang gandang pick nito at this moment in the meta. And having a Tom Kench in the support position to enable that Ezreal to keep safe lagi will just enable Gary to pull off the hyper carry Ezreal that he is kind of known for.
Yeah, Gary is one of those best Ezreal ngayon sa Philippines. And if you're going to take out that Ezreal, makukuha niya yung kanyang Lucian. So, right now, safe play. You have the mobility coming in from Ezreal, the pokes, the artillery, and you have the Tom Kench for the protection. So, medyo slippery ang bot lane natin. If ever na maging aggressive, ang GH Alpha, may chance na makatakas kaagad ang Liyab. Habang nilagay naman nila ang Akali, habang may Silas at Renekton, it means aggression all over the board.
Now, what I like this time about GH Alpha is even though na-ban yung Xayah, they still pick Rakan because Rakan as a champion just has so much utility for their team na pwedeng sobrang ganda i-pair with the Kai'Sa in this bot lane. And hindi naman sila atras sa aggression ng Liyab, responding with their own aggression. Jarvan, Irelia, Vladimir, Kai'Sa, and Rakan. What a solid composition.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to ask you guys, ano yung gustong ma-achieve ng parehas na teams na to with their draft? Let's start with Liyab. What do they want to achieve with their picks?
Yeah, sa pick ng Liyab, ito yung talagang more on a win lane, win game type. And knowing Liyab with those early dives, early rotations, the aggression coming in from James, na kahit nasa protective type of hero siya, alam natin na si Tahm Kench is still delikadong support to. Once na mag-roam siya, you have the ult for a quick response, you have the rotations, and even with that Silas rotation na siyempre si Dodoy, kilala naman natin siya, talagang maaga. Binibisita na rin ang kalaban, which is si Just Chi. Mukhang hindi na magpapatalo si Just Chi with that J4.
You know, from what we've seen from Just Chi yesterday sa mga semifinal games natin, sobrang proactive jungler niya.
Yes, that's
and
true.
It's such a treat to see him play actually kasi nababasa niya yung mga path ng enemy jungler and Dodoy does the same. So I want to see this jungle matchup. Kung magsasykohan lang ba sila in each other's jungles or will they go for different gank paths? I really want to see kasi the junglers, I think, will have a huge impact in this game if they gank the solo lanes.
Yeah. How about GH Alpha? Ano yung theme ng kanilang draft dito?
Sa draft nila, I think it's more a sustained type or mas kaya nilang mag-soak up na matagal dun sa laban. And picking the right targets, you have the setup coming in from Rakan, the Cataclysm, and even the Aurelius ult. So, sigurado ang masusustain nila yung pwedeng ibato ng Liyab. And as long as they survive that first wave of skills na babato nila, pwede silang mag-re-engage.
Exactly.
And I do love the Rakan pick here, kahit wala yung Saya, because you can play Rakan in a lot of ways. You can play him aggressively, you can play him defensively, and you always have the tools kay Rakan to be, you know, a great support. You can always roam kasi sobrang bilis niya mag-roam with the quickening, grand entrance. Just, he can support that Jarvan so hard.
Very quickly, guys, I want to know your predictions. It's the grand final. Sino ang mananalo ng game number 1?
Ako, I'll go for GH Alpha. Feeling ko lang makakaisa sila for now. It's GH Alpha. The draft is really good. The sustain. I think kaya nilang i-outstand yung Liyab aggression and the secrets in the stream. Si Youngblood. Yung nagshara niya Youngblood. One of the rising casters.
Alright, for my prediction, because lumusot yung Ezreal ni Gary, I'm going to have to give it to Liyab. Kasi yesterday, banned out lagi yung Ezreal. It's always a respect ban towards Gary. So once he's picked it up, ayan na, wala na. It's Liyab for me.
Wow, okay. So, Osiris here, magsistake siya with GH Alpha. Medyo parang dahil ba sa pangalan mo yan dati?
Oh,
yes. But kidding aside, he will go for, GH Alpha. But para naman dito kay G10, it's all about the comfort picks. But how? We will see kung ano ang iniisip ng ating mga top casters yan. It's gonna be Chisto and Woming. Please, take the floor for game number 1.
Maraming salamat, Wolf, G10 at Osiris sa magandang pag-analyze sa ating matchup for this best-of-3 finals between Liyab and GH Alpha. This is gonna be an exciting best-of-3 series. Magpapakilala muna kami. My name is Omi. Together with me is Chisto. At gano'n ka excited para sa labanang to?
I'm super excited para sa grand final na ito. Of course, Liyab, current defending champions for PPGL. And right now, they are being challenged by GH Alpha. And, excited ako na makita kung anong kaya gawin ng GH Alpha dito. They have a big test. Kumbaga, ito yung final boss na kailangan nilang harapin para to take that next step, especially dito sa competitive.
Well, of course, final boss talagang Liyab. Nakita naman natin kung ano talaga ang kaya nilang gawin on several other tournaments. And, of course, on yung track record nila on PPGL as well. They really dominate Summoner's Rift when they play as in with good draft and other stuff like that. And kung iisipin natin mabuti, Team Liyab, not only a dominant team, but the staff as well is very healthy and yung coaching nila at maayos talaga.
Yeah, and you mentioned the coaches, especially on the side of Liyab. Gusto ko yung fact na yung coaching staff nila, former players din nila. So, andun na yung, magkakilala na sila in a sense. So, the coaches already know the strengths of most of the players.
Yeah, but looking at GH Alpha,
they have
similar strengths. They actually have Orthros from TNC, who actually played for TNC for several years, I guess, and he's now coaching GH Alpha with someone from TNC as well, actually Dre, their AD carry. the one that actually played from PPGL 2019 S1 Finals under the banner of TNC against Liyab as well. So I think he already has an ample amount of experience against Liyab.
Yeah, and they're going to need that experience, especially that we'll be heading into Summoner's Rift very shortly, guys. Here we go.
At ayun nga, nandito na nga tayo sa Summoner's Rift. We are seeing that both teams are starting off a little safe kung titignan natin dahil hinaharangan lang nila ang entrances ng jungle nila. They don't want any fishing of information around over here. At wala pa tayong wards na nakikita nagbabagsak. Pero Chisto, ano sa tingin mong pwedeng mangyari on this early game?
I think early game-wise, we might expect a bit more action on the side of GH Alpha. They do have a ganking jungler with their Jarvan. We know that Jarvan, once he hits level 2, if you're pushed up in the lane, that was a great way to take out that ward by Gamza. But yeah, going back to Just Chi on this Jarvan, he's gonna have to be very active if he wants to affect this game in a positive way for his team.
At ayun nga, medyo may trade nga lang dito sa mid. Transfusion early on doesn't deal a lot of damage, but again, range advantage is in the mid lane, so I'm expecting that Aaron could actually just zone out EXO a little bit, but he does get hit by that 5-point strike from EXO. And again, we are seeing that EXO is running that domination mastery that allows him to heal when he hits enemy champions with a spell. So that means Akali, if he ever hits Aaron with his 5-point strike, or maybe he can actually just get a little bit of his life points back. But again, Transfusion is just a great tool to sustain in lane and poke.
Yeah, let's see how Exosen decides to navigate this matchup. Even though Akali was recently nerfed, she's still very viable, of course. With the Electrocute, you have a lot of burst damage available. You can also buy a lot of time, but yeah, looking at the minimap right now, Just Chi, we did talk about him needing to be active if he needed to pull off anything. He is already in the top lane here.
He got spotted, and it's going to be a knock-up on Gamza. Gamza might be the first blood of this game. One more auto attack, and that's going to be first blood for GH Alpha. Irelia taking that kill.
Yeah, really nicely done there by the jungler of GH Alpha. Gamza flashed, but still got knocked up by the flag and drag combo of Just Chi. And like we mentioned earlier, needs to be active if he wants his team to have a chance against Liyab. And so far, 1-0 GH Alpha.
And of course, having to burn that flash for this Renekton is going to be lethal in the top lane. You are looking at Spells, who still has his flash up. At pag natamaan ka ng flawless duet nito ng Irelia, sigurado that's going to be a hard time for this Renekton. But we do know that Renekton is one of the strongest top laners right now. So it's still not out of this lane. He did get first blood, but this Renekton, I'm sure he will scale by mid-game.
Yeah, let's see how they decide to play around. Whether or not Dodo might visit the top lane. Currently, though, he is in the blue side jungle of GH Alpha, just stealing away the blue side, the blue buff, and the wolf camp as well.
Pero nakita natin, vertical jungle naman din si Juice Chi. So
look at this though,
he will be going in the mid lane. E from Akali dodges the flag and dragon. That's going to be a safe Akali for now. But he does decide to enter in the top lane. We have a small trade up over there. EXO a little bit aggressive over in the mid lane. Spells taking a few turret shots. That's going to be lethal. You have to go back now. He does have teleport, but then again, that's kind of a misplay from Spells.
Yeah, over-aggression doon galing kay Spells. So he does have teleport to get back into lane so that at least he won't miss gold and CS. Pero kailangan niya mag-ingat, especially when diving against their Renekton. Now, Exosen is going for a bit of a trade.
Sanguine Pool, not enough. Ignite is sticking down on Aaron, and E is used to go back on the smoke, and the red entrance actually hits one, and that's not going to be a lot of damage as Dodo will be ganking Aaron. Sanguine Pool is down. Transfusion Empowered, not going to heal him enough, and Dodo Ignite is up, and that's going to be one more auto attack, and Aaron gets killed by Dodo in the mid lane.
Ay, nakita mo yung ginawa ni Exosen. He flashed out of the distance of Aaron's Ignite. Aaron was not able to cast his Ignite onto the Akali. That's why Exosen was able to escape with his life. Now trade here in the top lane. Spells.
Flawless duet with the Blade Surge reset. Doesn't deal a lot of damage, but that's going to be Gamza forced to back off, knowing that his flash is down.
Man, going back to that mid lane gank though, normally, pag nakita mo yung play na yun, nakita mo yung enemy jungler, you're near your tower, you have flash, pwede kang tumakas eh. Aaron could have made the call to just go back, burn his flash, not die, but decided to go back in. Will that decision haunt him though?
Well, right now we are seeing that the first first death for Liyab would be. Gamza in the top lane still has no flash up. Meanwhile, for GH Alpha, Aaron is already down on her summoner spells, and ganyan iisipin nating mabuti. This Vladimir has Sanguine Pool. Pwede naman siya mabuhay around that map, try to sustain, try to get the items that he needs. But then again, you're looking at Dodoy, who just ganked mid lane successfully, and Dodoy is known to be one of those players that after getting one gank successful, he just goes on and on again and again on the same lane until he get tilted.
Yeah, tignan natin kung ulit-ulitin nga ni Dodoy ang pagkagang dyan sa mid lane kay Aaron. But looking at GH Alpha right now, though, we have to talk about what they need to do if they want to take out Liyab here. I feel like draft-wise, they do have pretty decent laners, but when it comes to team fighting, I feel it's where they can really shine with this composition. You know, you have the Jarvan for engage, you have Aaron, you have Dre for the damage.
But speaking of Jarvan, he is spotted in the bottom lane. Slow lands from Hammers. Grand Entrance hits one. Flag and Drag hits the Hammers as well. It's ticking down right now. Grey Health is there to cover up some damage, and that's going to be a well in the live support for the side of Liyab. But they are going in. Dodoy is there. That's going to be 3v3. Stun won't land. It actually won't enter that fight, and that's going to be a stalemate in the bottom lane.
Yeah, no flash on Dodoy means he can't catch up to the members of GH Alpha na nakita na nila, and they were able to back off early to avoid any deaths. But really nice target selection in the bot lane, going for the Tomcat instead of the Ezreal. Nice job there by GH Alpha, but you know, Liyab actually didn't burn any of their summoners there. Still has the flash.
Yeah, I think they were confident enough that kaya nilang mabuhay kahit mataas ang damage ng bot lane ng GH Alpha, especially with that Jarvan. Alam nila that Hammers is tanky enough to just soak up some damage, then Grey Health is a way to survival, but that's going to be Sanguine Pool burnt, and that's going to be perfect execution, getting that kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, ang ganda ng timing ni Exocidon with his ultimate to take out Aaron, not allowing the heal from the Vladimir ult to proc. So really nicely done there. And once again, going back to what you said earlier, si Dodoy, paulit-ulit siya magagank. He knows you don't have summoners, so it will invite him to go back to your lane. And Aaron, he has to tone this down. He can't afford to continue playing aggressive knowing that there's a huge target on his back.
And ayan nga na naman, nakita natin, actually, nung second day pala, na nakita natin maglaro ang GH Alpha on the second day, Aaron actually had it gets a terrible time from ganking junglers. So I think Aaron right now has to adjust a little bit. Kailangan niya maging mas safe ng konti. Just try to farm up until his flash is up and try not to burn it din agad. Kailangan ni Aaron mag-scale up. He is a Vladimir. Early game, hindi siya masyado magiging factor para sa GH Alpha. But the moment late game strikes, and if hindi siya ganito na at least 0-3 or 0-4 in the mid-game, that's gonna be good for GH Alpha. Right now, there's really no choice. It already happened. 0-2 na yung Vladimir nyo. Right now, you just have to adjust. Kailangan mag-farm ng Vladimir.
Yeah, again, dun sa team fights mag-shine tong comp ng GH Alpha. Aaron needs to avoid getting picked off here, especially 1v1, 2v1 in the mid lane.
Yay, grabe talaga ang damage ng gagaling dito kay Akali, especially if you're under that Twilight Shroud. Walang bonus damage ang Twilight Shroud, but it does make Akali hard to trade with. Hindi mo alam kung kailan lalabas o kailan mo itatransfusion, but that's gonna be a small trade up here in the bottom lane. Konting Mystic Shot lang, but the ultimate is burned, doesn't hit Dre, and actually hits all of the minions. And now they're fighting over priority because we are seeing that GH Alpha is trying to take that dragon.
Yeah, and this would be a good dragon pag na-secure ni Joshi though. Dodo is still in base, actually reset to pick up his items now. Ocean Drake very early into the game will help their team a lot, especially in the laning phase kung saan magagamit nila yung extra na sustain with that dragon. So I believe Joshi will be able to finish that off very quickly. But you know, going back, Joshi, we did talk about him needing to be active. Kailangan paulit-ulit siya, proactive siya pagdating sa mga ganks dito. And he has slowed down a bit despite pulling off that first great gank in the top lane. You haven't really seen him return there to attack Gamza in that lane.
Kanina nga sinabi mo, Chisto, na dapat maging proactive si Justy. Nakita naman natin yun. He had delivered a lot of ganks in the top lane. Actually, isa or dalawa lang ata. The second one not working out so much. Pero ayan nga, we are seeing that Dodoy is retaliating from that aggression. Dodoy has been ganking mid lane twice. And both ganks were successful. One burning the summoner spell galing dito sa Vladimir. At pangalawa, securing a kill. Pero ito nga, Justy going in the bot lane, but he actually finds no one. Alam na ng Liyab na nandyan si Just Chi, and Dodoy is just lurking around the corner. This is going to be dangerous for GH Alpha.
Oh, they might dive here. Do they know na nag-recall na? Did they time this right? Did they actually read the recall from Joshi? Joshi is running to the opposite half of the map.
Yeah, and True Shot Barrage is already burned. So I guess the bot lane of GH Alpha is forced to back off. Dodoy is there trying to get a kill. The stun doesn't land. But that's gonna be actually first third of the game or a lot of third planings in the bot lane.
Yeah, tignan natin kung magde-decide yung Liyab na kunin na nung tower na to. It looks like they want to take this tower down so that they can begin roaming, unlock that Tom Kench. You know, Gary can sustain himself in a side lane. He is in Ezreal, very, very safe. Very difficult to catch out, so it may unlock Hammers actually to start roaming around the map, laying down the vision elsewhere para makapag-set up tong Liyab around other objectives. And right now, they are gonna reset here. Tingnan natin kung saan mapupunta yung bot lane ng Liyab.
Well, even if nakuha ng GH Alpha ang first break of the game, looks like this is gonna be a fight for the Rift Herald. Teleport is burned for Liyab. James is there. And the Rift Herald is suddenly secured the positioning. Biglang na-secure ng Liyab right after that teleport. And this looks to be Liyab's Rift Herald to take.
Yeah, will Joshi give it up though?
Flag and drag, tumama kay Dodoy. Aaron, nandyan. Grand entrance, walang tinamaan. And that's gonna be a transfusion. Dealing a little bit of damage kay Dodoy. Kataklis medyo maliit ang bawas. Papasok to si Exosen. And that's gonna be 1 kill. And GH Spells actually gets a kill against Dodoy. Pasok na ng pasok with that Blade Surge. And the killer is against Gary. Dre, get a kill on the AD carry of Liyab. And James looks to be the last survivor coming in from Liyab. Flag and drag will land. And that Spells on a killing spree. GH Alpha taking that fight.
Yeah, that's 4 for GH Alpha. Great fight right there. Takes out the members of Liyab. Man, they will be rewarded as well with that Rift Herald. And nung nagsimula yung fight na yun, I thought it wouldn't be as great because we saw draw on that Rakan. Still level 5. Wala pa yung ultimate niya, so it started out really well for Liyab. But the turnaround from GH Alpha, really, really nicely played. Just like that, turret plates, more gold. Rift Herald?
Ha? Sino nakakuha nun?
Sino nakakuha nun?
The True Shot Barrage was indeed good timing, pero nakuha ata nakuha nga ng GH Alpha. Buti na lang na-secure nila. I don't think that Just used Might, pero natamaan nila yung eye ng Herald the moment na tumama yung True Shot Barrage. So they did secure that Rift Herald. And now that GH Alpha has the Rift Herald, it's still before 14 minutes. They can use this Rift Herald to get turret plating. Sana mabalik nila yung nawalang gold sa kanila na nakuha ng Liyab in the bottom lane, securing 5 turret plates. That's 800 gold.
Yeah. And balik tayo, we mentioned where the comp of GH Alpha shine, where their lineup shines, and that's during the team fights. We saw earlier the strength, no? Once they are grouped up, it's a very strong team fight against Liyab. They need to continue building on that first win, that first team fight win. Para tuloy-tuloy yung kanilang momentum dito. Let's see though, will Liyab stop them from grabbing that continuous momentum?
Well, we are 13 minutes inside this game. 3-5 is the kill score. Pero ang gold score lamang pa rin sa Liyab with a 2K gold lead. Roughly 2K actually. And dahil makikita natin yan sa CS differential tsaka sa third plating natin.
Yeah, and the 1 tower advantage as well. Soon to be 2 towers to the side of Liyab once Gary and James do take down the tower in the top lane. And I feel like this is something that GH Alpha needs to improve on if they want to win this series. They need to work on taking down the towers.
Oh no! Herald is actually used by Justy in the mid lane. The quickness will not land on Exo, but the flag and drag will hit Dodo using the quickness palayo. And that's gonna be a stalemate in the mid lane. Medyo, the Herald will actually secure this mid lane. Sigurado na yan.
Yeah, and magkakaiba yung priority dun ng GH Alpha. We have 2 members going for the gank for Exos and 1 more member, Joshi, actually summoning the Rift Herald. I'm not sure kung intended yun or nag-misclick siya sa trinket niya. But again, I feel like that could have been a kill onto Exos and had Joshi been there to follow up with his damage.
Yun nga rin iniisip ko kung napindot lang pa yung Rift Herald. But then again, they do get rewarded with 2 turret platings in the mid lane and 1 turret down as well. And they do have priority over Dragon. So I'm not quite sure if it is a misclick. Pero tama ka. Mapapatay dapat nila si Exo at that moment if Just Chi was there. Pero mukhang magkakaroon ng dragon fight dito.
Yeah, 50-50. Lahat ng members nandito.
Kataklis na burn sa Renekton. Pero Liyab, pupunta ngayon sa dragon. A little bit of damage on this Mountain Drake. Sino kaya makakapag-secure? And that's gonna be a secured dragon for GH Alpha. Vanguard's Edge is there with a Blade Research. Pero nandiyan nga si Trey. Pumasok. Exo namatay. Gamit na ito si Irelia. Blade Search pangalawa. That's gonna be a double kill. It looks to be a triple. Pero nakuha ni Jarvan ng isa. And that's gonna be a dragon secured by GH Alpha at kasama pa ang mga katawan ng Liyab.
Yeah, again, GH Alpha takes everything from Liyab. Another huge team fight win para dito sa ating underdogs. Now, let's see, can they continue with the push? I feel like bot lane tower and will be secured by them. They do have the Mountain Drake as well. Actually, no. Jarvan's building tank. I feel like chip damage lang yung babagsak dito. Nag-back si Dre. But man, GH Alpha, whenever it is a team fight.
Ingat-ingat na ang GH dito sa bot lane. May teleport na nanggagaling dito kay Gamza. Flag and drag is used, pero kataklisin mo. Binalik sa'yo. Quickness will be there to secure the Rakan. But that's gonna be a free kill in the bottom lane. Great teleport play coming in from Gamza.
Yeah, Dodo as well. Hijacking the Cataclysm from Just G to lock him down. And again, GH Alpha, I feel like overextended a bit. They're trying to get as much chip damage as possible to that bot lane tower, but the teleport for Gamza makes that play happen. Let's see GH Alpha where they decide to go with this.
And looking at, sa tanong mo na saan kaya mapupunta ang mga panahon GH Alpha right now, we are seeing that Irelia 5-0-3 already completed his Triforce. Tsaka na-chamat pa yan, so he will deal a significant amount of AoE damage kung magkakadikit ng mga taga-Liyab. And right now, Spells is looking to be the primary carry of GH Alpha in this game. They have to play around their top lane if they want to win against Liyab, because right now, they're winning team fights, and that's the important part. The gold, sure, nasa Liyab pa rin dahil nakikita natin yung mga third plating and yung mga CS differentials nagka-cash in for Liyab. But one more team fight na masecure ng GH Alpha, that might turn around things sa laro na to.
Yeah, and one more thing that Liyab could have done actually to fight against a strong team fighting comp of GH Alpha is try to split them up with the map pressure coming from the Renekton. But given that Gamza is currently behind, he's not really applying any map pressure to force GH Alpha to split up para hindi sila laging buo as a 5-man group. So, yeah, right now, they are in a bit of a pinch. Yeah, and where they can turn this around. Because I'm looking at Exosen right now. He is their most fed member, but I haven't seen him get to the backline.
Yeah.
Dito sa mga team fight na nakikita natin. If you're in a Kali, you can't play front to back. Now, Just G, he is in a fight with Gamza.
And
backup
Gamza, Red Smite is burned. Pero yun nga, going back sa point mo, Chisto, hindi ko pa nga rin nakikita sa Exo naman nakakapasok sa backline. And that's primarily because ginagamit ni Dre ang killer instinct niya to reposition palayo sa Akali. And sabihin na natin may 3 dash ang Akali. But 2 of those nanggagaling sa ultimate mo, and they have separate uses bukod sa damage and of course sa microstun sa unang cast ng perfect execution. So you can't just burn them down to close the gap. You have to actually hit the backline with your perfect execution. So EXO has been having trouble in doing that because Dre has been using killer instinct to go away from the zone of Akali.
Alright. Tingnan natin where GH Alpha decide to set up here. Magsuspawn na yung Baron in 2 minutes, so I feel like they should start securing vision around that area para maaga yung prep nila dyan sa ating Baron, which could give them a victory here. But 18 minutes in, they're still struggling actually to push forward here. Liyab has a good job of pushing up the minion waves para kailangan muna i-clear ng GH Alpha before they push forward.
Flawless catch. Tumama dito kay Dodoy, hindi papasok ang Vladimir, and that's gonna be a little bit of trade-up lang sa mid lane. At ngayon iniisip natin kung papasok ba Dodoy against actually this Vladimir alone. Exosen looks to be in trouble. E is there if he wants to re-enter that fight. Pero looks like everyone will back off. Medyo delikado yung mga ganong klaseng fight.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Liyab, knowing that the Renekton on their team does not have any teleport. So Gamza, hindi siya makakasali whenever magka-team fight dito. Whereas Dre, he's confident to stay in the sideline. He knows he has his teleport. This might be a catch on to Dre. Forces both.
Grabe talaga ang damage guys to that's gonna be a 3-man knock-up coming in from this Rakan. Actually, he will be trying to save draw. The Tomkench is there. One more killer instinct away. That's gonna be a great killer instinct. Pero Dodoy nandyan para i-secure ang kill, and that's gonna be 2 kills going to Team Liyab. And Baron is spawning in 1 minute. Buti na lang, maikli ang mga death timer at this point of the game.
Yeah, sobrang laki ng pickoffs na yun galing sa Liyab. And that's one of the moments we see kung saan nahuli ni Exosen ang backline ng GH Alpha. He gets the pick-off onto Dre there. And though they're actually just dashing over the walls, hijacking the Kai'Sa ultimate as well just to close the distance. Alright, so merong teleport si Dre pagka-spawn niya. So I feel like Dragon will be contested again by GH Alpha. This is another Mountain Drake which will help their
Death Bush. James, mag-ingat ka. Flag and drag. Tumama sa Tom Kench. And that's gonna be a Blazer reset. Pero pumasok siya sa backline as Vanguard's Edge is there to secure one more kill. That's gonna be a dominating area as of now. Eyes on Aaron as he gets a kill on James. That's gonna be Exos and shutdown kill. 4 spells. Low on HP. This is gonna be a kill for Just Chi. And Zotoy. One more kill for Dre. That's gonna be a fight won by GH once again.
Yeah, where are they gonna go here? Di sila nagdadragon. Patakbo sila sa Baron dito. They have one Mountain Drake. They have a Kaisa which should help burn this Baron down very quickly. It's only Exos and alive. Okay, Gary does have teleport, but he's up in 5 seconds. Can GH Alpha burn this Baron quick enough? Exosen, he's already walking there, trying to stop them. 4K. Oh, this is GH Alpha's.
Yeah, and perfect execution is down. All he can do is smoke in. But that's going to be Exo trying to dive the pit. But Just Chi secures that Baron. That's going to be Baron empowered GH Alpha 20 minutes inside the game. And this is huge against Liyab.
Yeah, let's see kung anong consolation prize makakuha ni Liyab dito. Baron empowered recalls, meaning mabilis na makaka-reset ang GH Alpha. They can run all the way back towards that Mountain Drake and challenge it, get their second Mountain Drake off the game. Alam na nila na ginagawa ng Liyab. So Liyab's just gonna burn it down as quickly as possible. Alright, so this is the consolation prize na makukuha nila for giving up the Baron and all of those deaths. At least meron silang Mountain Drake na pwede nilang gamitin in the future now. GH Alpha, they have the Baron. Meron silang teleport on spells, so the Irelia will be applying pressure in the side lanes, forcing Liyab to either split up or to collapse on him altogether.
Well, going back doon sa point na sinabi ko kanina, Chisto, at sinabi ko sa'yo na one more team fight can change the landscape of this fight. At nanalo nga ang GH Alpha on that team fight, got the Baron, and right now they do have the gold lead. For the first time in this first game, we're seeing that GH Alpha secures a substantial lead against Liyab. And this is a 2,000 gold lead. Kanina pa may 2,000 gold lead ang Liyab. And right after Baron, ngayon na nakakakuha na silang turrets, more minions, they are getting their first lead of the game. And one more team fight win, isa pa for GH Alpha. And that might even secure more objectives for GH Alpha.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier, di ba? What GH Alpha needs to do, kung ano yung kailangan nila gawin para manalo sa game na to was win the team fights with their really strong team fighting comp. And we see right now, Liyab is struggling whenever it's a 5v5, no? Kahit kulang pa yung members ng GH Alpha, just the fact that it's a stronger team fight on their side, they're really crushing against Liyab now. Let's see how Liyab decides to defend against this Baron empowered push.
And of course, the Baron empowered push is a good tool to actually secure more map pressure around the map. At nakikita nga natin na ang GH Alpha, they're trying their best to get more turrets in because as much as we want this Baron buff to be permanent, meron ngang grand entrance ito kay Exo, and that's gonna be a free kill for Dre. A lot of CC coming in from that Rakan at grabe ang damage na nagagan dito kay Dre. May Muramana na siya at may Ginsu's Rage Blade pa.
Yeah, and that's huge for GH Alpha kasi si Exosen yung pinaka-fed na member on the side of Liyab. He's probably their highest damage dealer right now. And the fact that he's off the map means it's gonna be more difficult for Liyab to defend against this push now. Sobrang lapit na niya. Is actually knocking on the inhibitor turrets.
Oo nga eh. Actually, may marami pang members from GH Alpha na nasa mid lane. They will be getting that inner mid lane turret, and the top lane as well is slowly pushing against Liyab. And the stun doesn't land, and that's almost, I think, 4 turrets for GH Alpha for that Baron empowered push.
Yeah, very, very nice Baron play here. Galing sa GH Alpha. Do they go for Aaron here though? He has half HP. Does have the pool, no flash though. I think he will get out fine. GH Alpha are playing this very, very patiently, no? They're not letting Liyab punish them for any mistakes, any oversteps that they may take. Yung kanina, nag-overextend pa yung members sa GH Alpha. Ngayon, it's very textbook, very clean coming from their team. Nobody's staying behind for too long. It's just everyone's always grouped up, and it's really giving Liyab a hard time of finding any opportunities to come back in this game.
Yeah, and looking at this Vladimir, kanina he was 0-2. Now he is 2-2-9. Yeah. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina. If you give Vladimir the room to just farm up, get his items, he will turn into a late game beast. And we are entering late game right now looking at the items of this Vladimir. This Vladimir has the Spellbinder already. And if you're asking ko anong ginagawa ng Spellbinder on this Vladimir, if this guy gets 100 stacks, he will go in the backline and burst anyone, literally anyone na makakatabi niya.
Okay. Let's see though. Wala nang Baron on the side of GH Alpha. Nag-timeout na yung buff, so the push will come in slower from their team right now. There's no neutral objectives to fight for. Matagal pa yung Baron. Yung susunod na Dragon still in a few minutes. 1-3-1 ngayon yung setup ng GH Alpha, and it's pretty good matchups that we're seeing here. You know, they're putting Aaron against Gamza, and Renekton will have a very hard time trying to close the gap and fight against Vladimir. Aaron can kite away with its face rush, and we saw earlier Gamza, whenever he tried to go for a stun with his auto attack, diretso ang pasok ni Aaron dun sa pool. So there's really no way for Gamza alone to deal with the split push coming in from Aaron here, and forcing the members of Liyab to split up.
Aaron in a 2v1. The stun does land coming in from Dodoi. The ultimate from this Vladimir is used. Flag and drag won't land to anyone. Stopwatch is burned for Gamza, and that's going to be a safe Liyab for now. But Aaron is dealing a lot of damage already.
Yeah, and dito kailangan mag-ingat ng GH Alpha because they are currently split up. They are stronger as 5, and you see here, all of them are going now to the mid lane. Gonna try and knock down the first inhibitor turret of the game. Liyab currently defending.
Liyab, they're trying to pick up a fight. The Vladimir is low in HP. The quick lift lands on one person only. Vanguard's Edge will secure the kill on this Renekton rather. That's going to be the Grey getting the first kill of this fight. And Spells looks to be burning that stopwatch. The flawless the whip won't land to anyone, but that's a perfect execution landing on no one. And Gary might take one more kill, please. One more auto attack, and that's going to be a kill on Spells. The Vladimir is low in HP. That's going to be a double kill for Spells, for Aaron rather. And that's going to be a transfusion reset as well. This might mean the game, Cheese, though.
Yeah, that's another 4 kills for GH Alpha. Do they go for the end here, though? They can push forward. Exosen, he's gonna need to wait 10 minutes before any of his teammates arrive now.
The E doesn't land on Dre, and this might be Exo trying to pull off the hero play, but hero play won't work, and the killer instinct is in. And that's gonna be Aaron down, but 3 members up for GH Alpha as they try to complete the reset. But Gamza says no as he enters that fight, gets a kill on Dre, and they defend successfully.
Yeah, Gamza able to come in on time, closes the gap onto Dre, shuts down the Kaisa. Finally, GH Alpha are forced back here, but that's a lot of damage done to Liyab's base.
Yeah,
Liyab, they hold on for now.
And Baron is up. GH Alpha having the pressure around the map. They would want to take that Baron, but Liyab teleporting in the Baron area. They're trying to secure that Baron while Just G is still on the red buff. This is going to be chaotic for GH Alpha.
Yeah, alam nila kung nasa si Just G. Tinamaan siya ng Ezreal ult. So they know where Jarvan is on the map. They are going to burn this Baron down. Liyab, what a play coming from Liyab. Secures everything right after they leave their base in shambles. They get the Baron off them.
And this is the quick response coming in from Liyab. For the whole time in this mid-game to the late-game phase, nakikita natin na lamang ng GH Alpha. They have been winning fight after fight. Pero 1 second of an overstay for Just G in the red buff. Nagbaron ng Liyab, and now they have the edge to defend their base and even try to get turrets of their own. Tignan natin ang mapa ngayon. Up pa rin ang dalawang turret sa mid lane.
Exo might be in a bit of trouble though.
Exo, quickness doesn't hit Exo. He actually escaped using perfect execution. But then again, that was a great battle call coming in from Liyab.
Yeah, what a call as well, no? Alam nila na meron sila ng ultimate to Tomcat to just go over there. They have the teleport as well from Gary just to add more damage to that. And man, with this Baron buff, Liyab should be able to stall out against GH Alpha. Kahit na wala yung inhibitor ng Liyab right now, they do have the Baron to empower their own minions and just basically stall, turtle it out against GH Alpha. Try to get some of their members a few more items para dumali yung teamfight nila laban sa GH Alpha, because if this goes 5v5, I feel like now Liyab would have a slightly better chance, but you'll still have to give a big edge to GH Alpha.
Yeah, it's still a 3k gold lead for the side of GH Alpha, and Vladimir is in the phase where he deals a lot of damage and sustains really well in a team fight. Compared dito kay Gamza, yes, may Shojin na and probably a Black Cleaver, and at this point on, Gamza will deal significant amount of damage, pero kailangan pa rin niyang makapasok sa backline. Pag hindi siya nakapasok sa backline or naka-killer instinct palayo si Dre or na-stun siya ni Draw, that's gonna be a team fight to take for GH Alpha pa rin.
Yeah, next team fight will be huge here for either team. It could be Liyab breaking open the base of GH Alpha or GH Alpha just straight up ending the game. And I'm looking at the item choices right now on the side of Liyab. And Gary actually has a Maw of Malmortius just to deal with the burst damage coming in from Aaron's Vladimir, not wanting to get one shot
This Kaisa as well. It actually deals a lot of AP damage. We do see that Dre built that Zhonya's Hourglass and a double stinger. Not quite sure why, but the attack speed will be there for Dre. But looking at the build right now, we are seeing a Zhonya's Hourglass, and that's going to be really effective in dashing and actually dancing around the damage of Exo, Sen, and Gamza.
Dalawang stinger.
Oh yeah, double stinger, dude.
Interesting item choice here by Dre. For Stinger, he can build that into probably Nashor's Tooth. For sure, he has the upgrade on Kaisa's E right now, so she will be turning invisible, able to reposition much better, but yeah, let's see. I'm just waiting for the next team fight to happen.
Inaantay ko na nga rin. Pero binenta nga niya yung double stinger niya. Transitioned into a Fiendish Codex. Medyo misclick lang siguro yun. But then again, we are looking at a Nashor, what possibly could be a Nashor's Tooth dito kay Kaisa. And it gives Kaisa more attack speed, more damage, and already na-upgrade na niya yung Void Seeker niya. So that's gonna be a lot of burst damage for Dre over here. But they are pushing in the mid lane right now. 5 people. The quickness lands on Hammers. Flag and drag as well. And this looks to be the death of Hammers. But the flawless duet doesn't land. Cataclysm tries to secure him in place. And Hammers slowly ticking down as Dre gets the kill.
Okay, that's 4v5 now. A lot of things burned just to pick off the Tahm Kench here. No Cataclysm, no quickness as well. Tignan natin, Liyab, can they defend against GH Alpha? GH Alpha, wala silang minion dito. And Liyab, kaka-timeout lang ng Baron buff. But it seems like they will be pushing off GH Alpha for now. Liyab, they need to take out the minion wave here.
Si Aaron lang may ultimate dito sa GH Alpha. They have to make sure that if they take a team fight, matatapos nila. Kasi ngayon, papasok sila and that's gonna be a stun on Gamza. The quickness doesn't, actually no, the grand entrance doesn't land from Rakan. Pero yun nga, titignan natin mabuti, they back off. GH Alpha has to back off. Wala silang ultimates to fight a team fight right now inside the base of Liyab.
Kaya kailangan nila doon. You mentioned the ultimates. Kailangan nila yung Cataclysm, kailangan nila yung quickness if they want to finish a team fight. Actually start a team fight. My bad. But yeah, they are gonna back off here.
And they are rotating in the top lane right now. We are seeing that Exosen might be in trouble, but no Cataclysm as of now. Smoke is used to deal a little bit of damage on this Jarvan. Pero, yun nga, pag-usapan natin yung Akali right now. Akali is a strong champion in the mid game and a really strong champion transitioning into the mid-late game phase. Pero the moment late game na, medyo nagpa-fall off na ang Akali. So this is gonna be a problem for Liyab. Sure, nakahabol na si Gamza at this point. Pero the Akali doesn't deal as much as damage that you want him to deal.
Yeah, it becomes harder for Exosen now. Mahirapan na siyang i-pick off si Dre dito, especially with the shield from Kaisa's ultimate. The Zhonya's Hourglass as well, just buying Dre even more time to reposition. Now let's see. Baron will be spawning.
Baron in 1 minute. Dragon in 20 seconds or less. And we are seeing that GH Alpha is already converging in that area. Gusto ata nila ma-secure this ang Dragon na to. But this is still gonna be an elemental Drake as far as I know. At saka lang tayo magkakaroon ng Elder Drake after the 5th Dragon.
Yeah, what Dragon are they actually taking right now? So, Cloud Drake lang. Bibilis lang yung rotation sila dito. Not gonna have any buffs to damage. But yeah, in the next minute, magsuspawn na yung Baron, which should be a location for another big team fight, which could turn the game, either for Liyab or GH Alpha. Okay, considering na merong dalawang Mountain Drake yung GH Alpha dito, and the Kaisa as well, so mabilis na babagsak tong Baron to the moment that they started, and this will force Liyab to challenge it. One Baron is huge for GH Alpha. Oh no, Aaron!
Aaron in trouble. The stun does land, pero nag-Zhonya's Hourglass siya to delay a little bit of damage. A Sanguine Pool as well for safety. The quickness lands on Hammers alone, but that's gonna be 2 people as Dre gets the kill. A double kill on Akali as well. A killer instinct is used there, pero triple kill mapupunta kay Dre, and that's gonna be Gary trying to kite around spells. But a quadra kill for spells. Mukhang bibigay na lang nila si Hammers dito kay Kaisa. Ibigay nyo na ang penta, pero mas gusto nilang tapusin na lang. Bakit pa magpepenta kung tatapusin na lang yung base? Pero joke lang. Bibigay talaga nila. Alam mo, bilangin mo na lang, Chisto. Pentakill to, and that's gonna be a pentakill for the first game of our Grand Finals going to Dre.
Pentakill to top it all off, and GH Alpha are gonna take down the Nexus and are gonna go up 1-0 against Liyab in our Grand Final. Wow.
Spicy.
What a game.
Spicy.